So an Indy 500 champion, champ car champion, an IndyCar champion, done showed up on social media in a neck brace, and the motorsports world was all is it titter or flitter? What is it?
Flutter.
All a flutter.
I was at the gym. A guy challenged me to a squatting competition, and I tried to squat 300 pounds on the shoulders, and it didn't work out. I was only joking. I'm getting a lot of messages that I thought people could see I was being sarcastic, but that's nice. I squatted the 300 pounds and beat the guy, so he had to walk out in shame.
What's so great about that, again, if you're listening to us on the Freak Radio Network, that was Will Power, Indy 500 champion, IndyCar champion, drives for Roger Penske. I doubt if he got that cleared by anyone. He just dropped it out there and probably had everybody in the Penske court, IMS, IndyCar going, what's going on? Will Power.
You're under contract. You're not supposed to lift weights in your contract, let alone squat 300 pounds.
And Statman, that just goes right to the core of what you talk about with every series about promoting the drivers. And listen, props to Will Power, having fun with it and promoting Will Power, the IndyCar. There are probably people out there that somehow, form or fashion, they found out about the IndyCar series, Statman, because of that.
Yeah, what can I say? That's what I've been talking about. The drivers are the ones that are going to bring the fans, and that's why USAC and not the IRL, but all the racing that used to happen leading up to Indianapolis was when these guys raced in these short tracks, and people said, wait till he gets to Indy. And now NASCAR, with the split, NASCAR took up all those short tracks, and IndyCar's got a lot of work to do to get that back. And it's going to happen with the drivers. It's not going to happen with factories. It's not going to happen with hybridization. It's not going to happen racing in Europe or South America. It's going to happen with the drivers, the personalities of the drivers. We know that they're great. I hope IndyCar figures that out as well.
You know, that's a great way. I don't even know if that was your plan, Kenny, to tie these two IndyCar topics together of the engine manufacturers and the media week that happened this week in Indianapolis, and drivers being invited to talk with the Penske executives to figure out how to make the series better. And then this Will Power video and how powerful it was, and that this is what IndyCar needs. You're right. They don't need to go to Europe to make the series better. They've got a great on-track product now. They've got incredible personalities, but the world, America just doesn't know about it yet. So before any hybridization of anything, before any video game is resurrected, thank goodness it was this week, but I digress. Before any of that really matters, the series itself needs to matter. And things like what Will Power did this week is spot on how you do it.
When we're dropping bombs out there and critical of certain series or certain drivers, I'm too damn old. I've been in this business too darn long. I think all of us are the same way, where there is nothing personal about it. It's just, this is how we feel. This is what we're hearing. This is what we're told, because we're all proponents of every motorsports series out there. And I say that regarding IndyCar, where Crasher gets a text from a multiple-time Indy 500 winner saying, can we talk off the record or talk in the off season about the lack of promotion for drivers is driving us crazy. So we don't just bring this up on, hey, let's create a controversial topic. No, we're fans of freaking IndyCar, man. And these personalities, holy smokes. Before Richie joined SpeedFreaks, he couldn't tell Alio between a hole in the wall. He couldn't. But now that Richie's invested in...
Actually, bad choice. That was a Dancing with the Stars champion. Let's just say Simon Pagenaud.
Okay, Simon Pagenaud. Now that Richie's invested in the series, you've been part of SpeedFreaks for many years, Richie. You know these drivers. You know these personalities. That punches tickets for you versus some dude in a helmet in a car where you can't see his face.
100%. And I was bummed reading this week that the partnership between Joseph Newgarden and Bus Bros,
Scott McLaughlin,
Jiminy Christmas, my two favorite drivers on the IndyCar grid for what it's worth.
Because of their personalities.
Because of Bus Bros and because of their personalities. Bus Bros is coming to an end because of some behind the scenes stuff that's going on. But I was bummed to have see that gone, because I thought Bus Bros was maybe the best promotion IndyCar series could have, because it showed off those two drivers' personalities. It showed off other IndyCar drivers' personalities, and that did better promotion for the sport and for the series. And Kenny mentioned this earlier in the show. I think IndyCar is the most competitive and the best racing in all of motorsports, in my opinion. And I want to see it succeed so badly because of that. Did anybody in here watch the 100 Days to Indy earlier this year? No. You want to know why? It aired on the freaking CW. We don't even know. I don't even know where the CW is here in the Phoenix marketplace.
I wouldn't say that's why I didn't watch it. I would say I didn't watch it because maybe I'm just out of the demographic now. It's my favorite form of motorsports, but even I didn't watch it because I have a 10-year-old that I'm driving everywhere at every hour of the day to get to her activities.
Well, they're not after you.
That's why I'm saying I'm not the demographic.
Yeah, they're after
but that's
the
why
Richies, the Richies of the world. But that still says something, though, Crasher. Again, we know what some of the drivers and what, frankly, we used to call you on the air that is politically incorrect, the IndyCar blank, because there's not a bigger pimp on the planet than you are, especially with the media outlet that you have with SpeedFreaks. No one has a bigger platform than you to be a bigger mouthpiece for IndyCar than you.
Wrong Chiron for Kenny, though.
All right, that's fine with me. And when they can't suck you into their programming, I don't care if you're 51, 41, 31, or 21, it's an issue. It's a problem.
I knew something was really wrong when 2 years ago, I even did not enjoy on a Sunday switching from NASCAR to IndyCar or switching from NHRA to IndyCar when I started to feel like it was a job. And I'm like, whoa. No, this is not a job. This IndyCar is one of my passions, one of my top passions. Why do I feel like it's just work now? I was so disillusioned with how things were going. So, yeah, I want to see these turnarounds. I want to see these turnarounds arguably more than anybody else, including some of the drivers. So anything that I've said negative has, I've hope, been taken with constructive ears, because this series does deserve more. Absolutely.
Again, we're talking about the IndyCar series, which kicks off in March and then finishes in September. They are 6 months, almost 6 months dark, which again, Statman, is tough to keep any momentum. I don't care who you are, what you are, unless you're the NFL, you can keep some momentum. So again, Statman trying to keep these guys, the people interested, and keep frankly the drivers interested in promoting their brands in the off season, I would think would be a priority for IndyCar.
Yeah, and it's not just IndyCar. We've talked about the NHRA does the same thing. They promote the technology and the speed over some of the greatest personalities and certainly the most diverse racing on the planet. So, yeah, I mean, they've got to, people relate to people. They don't relate to technology. They definitely don't relate to $50,000 cars, hybridization or not. So unless you get behind the people to build a fan base with these drivers, great personalities, not all, but great personalities most, you're going to struggle. And that's the way it is.
We got about 45 seconds here, but don't think that these drivers don't see what's going on social media, good, bad, and different. When Will Power dropped out that conversation about Alex Palou and the contract, how he said he should negotiate with himself
last year. Yeah. Will
Power comes up to us going, man, I'm not even trying to do the accent. Boy, that I calls an S-storm. It's fantastic. But that was so good. I heard from IndyCar PR people going, that's just great. Thanks. More of that, please. More.
One of the main reasons for poor vehicle performance is a dirty fuel system. It can cause decreased fuel economy and actually do harm to your engine over time. By adding Lucas Fuel Treatment to your vehicle, it cleans and lubricates the entire fuel system, pump, carburetors, fuel injectors, and valves as you drive. It also improves your vehicle's performance. It's a non-solvent product designed to protect both gasoline and diesel engines. Lucas Fuel Treatment. It works.
For whatever you do, General Tire delivers.